Namaste. So tonight I'm going to read Book 7, Chapter 22, on the selling of Harishchandra's wife. Om Vakratunu Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabhani Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Hari Om Tat Sat. Vyasa said, O king, when the queen Maha Devi requested repeatedly, the king, he said, O good auspicious one, when you have not met me with any scruple to utter clearly these harsh and cruel words, I will do that act now which the most ruthless persons do not dare to do. Saying this, the king went with his wife, very distressed, to the city. Placing her on the public road, the king cried out in a voice choked with feelings and eyes full of tears, O citizens, hear you all. Do any one of you require any maidservant? This lady is dearest to me than my life. If any of you be able to offer price of her, as I will declare, then let him give it out quickly. The Pandits then said, Who are you? Why are you come here to sell your wife? The king said, Are you asking me of my introduction? Here then, I am a heartless brute, and not fit to be called a man, or I am a Rakshasa. Nay, I am more than that. I am prepared to do this sinful act. Vyasa said, O king, hearing this, Kausika suddenly assumed the form of an old man, and came out and spoke to Harishchandra. I am master of boundless wealth, so I am able to give you the money you want. I am ready to purchase the maidservant by giving an equivalent wealth. Better give me the maidservant. My wife is exceedingly delicate. She is unable to do all the household work, so let me have the maid. But say quickly, what value am I to pay? When the Brahmin spoke this, Harishchandra felt his heart, as it were, torn asunder, so he could not for the moment speak anything. The Brahmana said, Take an equivalent amount of money according to the age, beauty, qualifications, and capabilities of your wife, and hand her over to me. Hear about the prices of the male and female servants as written in the Dharma Sastras. The price of a female servant, clever, good, well qualified, and possessing 32 auspicious qualities, is 1 koti gold mohurs. And the male servant, similarly qualified, fetches 1 arbuda gold mohurs. Harishchandra became very much pained to hear the Brahmin speaking thus, but he could not say anything. The Brahmin then placed in front of the king the money over a bark and caught hold of the hair of the queen and was ready to drag her. The queen said, O Arya, let me see once the lotus face of my son. Leave me once. O Brahmin, please see that it will be hard for me again to see this boy. O son, behold, your mother is now a slave. So, O prince, do not touch me. I am not fit now to be touched by you. The boy, then seeing the mother suddenly snatched away, cried out, O Ma, O mother, O mother, and followed her with tears in his eyes. That boy tumbled at every step. Still he caught hold of the mother's clothing by his hand and began to accompany her. The Brahmin, seeing this behavior, of the boy, became impatient with anger and began to beat him. Still the boy wept, saying, Mother, mother, and never quitted the hold of his mother. The queen said, O Lord, have mercy on me and purchase this boy also. Though you are purchasing me, yet without this boy I will not be able to do your work. My fate is bad, therefore this calamity has happened. Show this favor to me." The Brahmin said, "Take this money and give me the boy too. For the wise in the Dharma Sastrik fix such to be the prices of a female and a male. The other pundits make differences in the prices. Example, 100, 1,000, 1 lakh, 1 crore, and so on, according to the different qualifications. But for the female who is skilled in all actions, modest, of good behavior, and well qualified, and on whose body the 32 auspicious signs are seen, her price is 1 koti gold mohurs, and for a man qualified 1 arbuda gold mohurs." Sutta said, "O king, the Brahmin then gave over the price of the boy as decided in gold mohurs in front of the king over a bark, and then tied both the mother and son. He then gladly and without any delay carried them to his home. At the time of departure, the queen circumambulated the king and, kneeling down, bowed down to him and, in the state of humility, began to speak. If ever I have done any charities, if ever I have poured oblations on the fire, if ever I have satisfied the Brahmins, then by that virtue Harishchandra will again be my husband." Seeing his wife dearer than his life falling on his feet, the king became very distracted and lamented, crying, "Alas, alas, the shadow of a tree never leaves the tree. But you, being verily modest and endowed with all qualifications, are now separated from me." Speaking thus, reasonable with his wife, the king said to his son, "O child, where will you go, leaving me here? Where shall I go now? And who will stop my miseries?" The king then spoke to the Brahmin, "O Brahmin, the pain that I experience in the separation from my son, I did not feel on the occasion of quitting my kingdom, or on my being exiled in the forest. O auspicious one, the husband, good-natured in this world, nourishes always his wife and keeps her always in comfort and happiness. But I am such a bad husband of yours, as I have left you and made you float in the sea of sorrows. Born in the Iksaku family, I inherited the kingdom and its pleasures, but alas, your getting such a husband has now been reduced to slavery. O Devi, I am merged in this ocean of sorrows and troubles. Who will rescue me by narrating this story of the Puranas?" Sutta said, "O king, the Brahmin then began to take away the queen and the boy, whipping them in the face of the king. Seeing his wife and son being dragged away in that state, the king's pain knew no bounds, and he frequently sighed bitterly wept aloud. Alas, my dear wife, whom the moon, the sun, wind, or any other body could not see ere this, has become now reduced to slavery today. Oh, how beautiful and gently are the fingers of my child. He has been sold off today, being born in the solar dynasty. Alas, fie on my foolish understanding. O my dear, O my child, Rohitasva, this wretched condition is due to my anarya, irrespectable bad maxims. Oh, though the mockery of the Deva, I have got this distress, fie on me." Vyasa said, "The king was lamenting thus when the Brahmin disappeared with them in the very tall trees and walls of palatial buildings. At this time, the cruel, fiendish Muni, endowed with great power and asceticism, came there quickly. accompanied by his disciples. Vishwamitra said, O one of mighty arm, if you think it your duty to respect truth, then pay me the dakshina of Rajasuya sacrifice that you promised before. Harishchandra said, O Rajasri, I bow down to thee, O sinless one. Now take the dakshina of the Rajasuya sacrifice that I promised to pay you before. Vishwamitra said, O king, whence have you collected these gold mohurs that you are now paying me as my dakshina? How have you earned this? Say. Harishchandra said, O Dvija, O sinless one, what use is there in telling you this to you? It will increase agony by hearing. O one of good vows, Vishwamitra said, I won't accept money earned not rightly. Give what you have acquired by rightful means. Say truly how you have acquired it. Harishchandra spoke, O Brahmin, I have sold my wife, the Devi Madhavi, for 1 koti gold mohurs, and my son for 10 kotis of gold mohurs. So take this 11 koti gold mohurs from me. Sutta said, seeing the gold collected out of the sale of wife and son very small, and seeing the king overpowered with pain and sorrow, Kausika angrily spoke. O king, the dakshina of the Rajasuya sacrifice cannot be so small, so collect quickly other money to complete it. O vilest of Kshatriyas, if you think this much to be proper for me, see first the enormous power of mind that I possess, of my tapasya, practiced duly, of my pure Brahmayahood, Brahmanyahood, of my violent power, and of my chaste study, and then you can pay my dakshina. Harishchandra said, O Bhagavan, I have sold just now my wife, and so wait for some time, and I will collect more gold, and will pay that to you. Vishwamitra said, O king, the 4th part of the day is now remaining. I will wait till then. After this, you won't expect any other reply from me. Here ends the 22nd chapter of the 7th book on the selling of Harishchandra's wife in the Mahapuranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Ved Vyasa. Om Jayanti Mangalakari Bhadrakali Kapani Durgakshama Shivdati Swasu. Om Emrem Klim Chavana. Om Tuya Mata Chipita Tuya Tuya Mantu Shachasakata.